a huge fuck up on the road. Not our fault. I asked one guy to move the car and he got really pissed off and then he started yelling at me. A couple of the locals came and started yelling at us because if you're in a car, you get yelled at. One guy came, pushed me and was getting into a fist fight, and then Shamini got out in the rain and started yelling at everyone, and all the men got scared.
It's like a group of men. They're all like, oh my God, what are you going to do?
They're like,
what are you going to do? It's Shamini for the podcast.
Hi guys, welcome back to this Zoda podcast. We are going to Bali in June or July.
Can you not, when it's not happened yet and it's not confirmed, don't put it out.
Jinx it. Yeah, go, jinx it. Ruin the trip already. Yeah.
You're
We'll
not
die
even
in
coming
the
on the
plane
trip.
crash. Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I'm jinxing the plane crash.
You're not even on this trip.
Yeah, exactly.
No. So guys, I have this thing where my younger brother Aryan never comes for any trips with me. In fact, he doesn't like hanging out with me.
Maybe you're the problem.
I have this.
Wait. And I've invited him to Bali. But again, he's making some dumbass excuses as usual.
Yeah.
So, if you don't come with me to Bali, whenever I travel, whether it's June, July or July, I will never talk to you. You
Shan,
lose a
maybe
brother
he
forever.
doesn't want to travel with you.
My name is Aryan. I have this problem. When my brother makes his love conditional to performance and to being funny and to going on trips with him,
Well,
which sucks, okay?
I want
Guys,
you to have a
let me tell
well-rounded
you, I
personality.
have not gone on a single trip, not to the metro, not to the supermarket, where he hasn't fought with someone. We fight with people all the time.
Yeah, now I want
And
to
I'm like the next guy. I like fighting. I enjoy fighting with other people.
Why do you guys enjoy
wait.
fighting?
I
Yeah,
enjoy
so we are going
fighting
to
when I know I'm right. For some reason, he attracts a lot of situations where he's not in the wrong and he can be angry. But I'm tired of those situations. I don't want to fight Indonesian people in their language.
They're going to fight the
Kapung
Bali.
kap.
That's Thai.
Thai.
You fucking racist. That's fucked up.
That ends my.
Swadika.
Yeah, if you're not coming, that's it. You're done.
There's nothing I said.
It doesn't.
But can I ask why you don't want to travel with your brother? What is wrong with him?
Okay.
Besides everything else we already know.
Okay. I like. You will laugh at me for this. I like being on time for things. I try. If it's a flight,
I didn't-
I
it's the
am on.
most-
Usually, if it's a flight, I am usually on time. Okay, when I travel alone. But with him, it's difficult because this one time we were in Delhi airport and he shat himself. He was wearing white track pants. This random shit always keeps happening to him. We have fought with people in airports more often than anywhere else. We have fought with people at the security, before security, after security,
okay.
with the security.
Okay, I will fly to Bali. You come after that.
Okay, that's actually a great
Or
idea.
you go before.
But
You
you
go
have to pay for my trip.
No, I'm not paying for jack.
I can't afford it. That is another issue. I am destitute. I am impoverished.
Okay, but why aren't you doing something to improve that state?
I listen to
Impoverish
Andrew Tate.
yourself. Impoverish.
I'm working on it. I listen to a podcast every day.
Oh my lord.
I'm on that hustle.
That generation will always be hustling.
I feel like the podcast generation is actually the people older than us. Like boomers listen to more motivation podcasts. Like the other day I walked into Papa listening to Jordan Peterson on full volume at home. It was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, he likes motivational stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but speaking about fighting, why do you guys like fighting with people so much? Just the other day, we were having a peaceful drive to one destination where, again, this entire fight ensued. So, can you all explain this attitude of having to fight?
Well, you fight for what is right. And I am always right.
Let me break it down. Gayu's birthday is at 12 on the 22nd of May.
Okay, wait. Actually, thanks for reminding me. So, for the man who says he likes being punctual, the man is never punctual. It's like you watch your favorite porn star and you really like the way they perform, but you can't perform like that. It's the same thing with
What
you.
is that?
You and
Am I the porn star in this analogy? Am I the person
It's
watching
say-
the porn star?
No,
Who am
but-
I in this analogy?
That analogy didn't work.
No, you are both. You like punctuality, but are you good at being punctual? Like, I like football. Am I good at football? The same way. At punctuality.
Okay.
You like being punctual, but
What
are
is
you
the porn
punctual?
star
The analogy sucked.
Can you still
but-
explain the porn star analogy?
you like punctual people.
Yeah.
But are you punctual?
I don't
yourself?
like punctual people. I'm indifferent
No.
to them.
So
Because they're on time. You don't notice if they're on time.
He
or
just
not.
has this idea that he's punctual.
I am punctual. Okay, guys.
One sec,
Gayu's birthday.
One sec. Shamari, is he punctual?
Out of the 10
Shabari,
instances,
it's a
he would have been
punctual.
punctual twice, which means he's not a punctual person.
Which means I'm
That's
twice
my
more
case.
punctual
No,
than him.
one
I'm
second.
twice more
One
punctual
second,
than him.
One second. As a person who is always punctual, let
You're
me
never
make
punctual.
this. Sharan, I will get up and slap you.
Yeah.
Okay? So,
Wait,
you
when-
both are punctual when it comes to your own things, and that's about
as
it.
you should be.
No.
Because if you're not
You
there
should
for your
value
own things-
other people's time, not
Okay,
your own time
okay,
alone.
I will say this. In the next 6 months, you will notice I'm a changed man.
Yeah, let the 6 months happen, then we'll see.
Okay.
We'll
Okay,
reanalyze.
we'll revisit this.
Yeah.
But
Aryan,
I'll tell
were
you this.
late
I'll tell you
today.
this.
You were
This is-
late today.
For what?
We were supposed to reach a podcast today at 6. You reached French toast at 5:50.
I reached at 5:45,
No.
and then we shot a bit. We shot a bunch, and then I was ready to leave.
No, you wanted to eat also.
Yeah.
No, it was takeaway. I was ready. I was there.
See, I rest my
I
case.
reached.
I used
I
yellow
reached.
cream, how much ever you
I
want.
reached French toast.
Both of you were incorrect in this situation. You should have not shot maybe or whatever, but you should have reached French toast at 5:20, 5:30. If you had
Also, the
taken
last two podcasts, I've been here earlier than everybody else.
Yeah, if the podcast is at 4 and you reach at 3 o'clock, that's your problem.
No. I reached at 4. You guys reached at 4:50 last time. It was like that.
I mean, the problem with you is you are late so many times. You don't have credibility.
Okay.
Once
okay.
you start becoming on time,
Okay,
then you
we'll
talk like this.
revisit in 6 months. We'll revisit
We'll
in 6
revisit this
months.
conversation. But let me say, the reason these fights happen is because we tend to be late. We
Correct.
tend to be rushing.
Absolutely.
I wanted to be out of the house, reach Guyu's place by 11:45, 11:50, chill there for 10 minutes outside the house in the car, maybe have some light banter with my brother and my closest friend.
Closest. The first
You know,
time I'm hearing about it.
enjoying the chill air, the pitter patter of the raindrops on the Kia windows. But no, we left the house at fucking 11:50. And then
Can I ask you something?
what?
Were we there at 12 to cut?
No, we weren't. We were
No,
there.
no,
we
What
were,
do you mean
we
we
were-
weren't?
we were late by a minute.
No,
We were
there
not
at 12.
late. I'm
We
We
sorry.
were there at 12. But
No,
I,
we cut
11:59.
no. If
We,
you said-
I wished a happy birthday at 12 o'clock
Same.
sharp.
Same.
okay, I can see
See,
it.
the results matter.
The results
How we get
matter.
there doesn't
But,
matter.
but if we had left early, we would not have had those two fights on the
How
way.
do you know? How do you know?
'Cause then we
That
would
guy
have-
was... Okay, first explain.
Okay, tell the story of the fight.
I don't feel like telling the story.
I think you should say it from your perspective.
They don't like it when I talk, so you
no,
say
no,
it.
you should. They don't like it. They don't like it when I exist.
Okay.
Then I should just talk to myself.
No, so basically we were on... So I left my house to pick up Sharan and Aryan and then to go to Gayu's house. Okay. So on the way to Gayu's house, there is a junction where there's also this tattakada. And basically, the road is wide enough for a car to go and come at the same time. But there was a truck collecting garbage or whatever. So one side of the road was blocked. The other side was blocked by this guy who was eating at the tattakada.
Yeah, and he just parked right in the.
Tatagada is a food joint, by the way. A small food joint.
Yeah, he parked bang in the center of the road. There was ample parking to the left, to the right, but he wanted to fucking inconvenience everybody, so he parked bang in the middle of the road. Okay? So Sharan got down and told him, "Can you please move the car?"
And he's eating.
And he's eating. So then this guy was busy eating, obviously, so he asked the shop guy to take the keys and move the car.
Yeah, the shopkeeper.
Yeah, he gave the thing to the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper ran into the car, and then the guy eating is like. For audio only listeners, he shook his hand and pretended to like show the driving thing, and then we got stuck because the car is still not moving, and we're honking, we're waiting,
Yeah.
and then we realized that the shop guy doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah. But the issue is nobody thinks that they're wrong. So they always think we're the idiots who are honking, right? Which is so incorrect because, again, like I said, don't inconvenience others just for 2 minutes of pleasure.
Everybody knows why you get hate.
Wait, am I wrong?
You're not wrong. You're completely right.
You're not wrong.
So then why don't you fucking tell the story? No, you know I'm passionate about this topic.
Guys, last week we shat on Shamali for
Yeah,
the
and
whole
y'all-
double parking thing.
Yeah, God showed you guys.
And then over the following week, God showed us that she was actually in the right.
yeah, so
we're-
continue.
we're sorry.
Yeah. Then what happened?
Go on.
Then what? He moved the car.
Yeah, and
And then we were driving really quickly, and then there was a couple in a zen, and they were making out. It was like a dark area.
Again,
like,
bang in
no
the
street,
center of
no
the
street
road.
light, bang in the center of the road, and it's kind of smart because like if you park on the side and make out, somebody could catch you, cops could come, anything. But this was on the center of the road. We reached there and we are honking, and this guy is shocked because he didn't expect any cars to go through that road, and he's just staring at us. And then Shamali, being the nice person that she is, switched on the bright. And then he switched on the bright.
I switched on the bright to signal to him to move his car, not because of anything else.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he got irritated and he moved his car towards Shamali, and then I got really calm in that moment.
He was zen.
Opened the car door and went up to him, and I said, "Please, sir, move the car
Aha.
away." And then Aryan came from behind and was like, "You motherfucker, why don't you move the car, bro?"
That's what I said.
And then he moved the car, and by the time, like he was so. Initially, I feel like he thought that only Shamali was in the car, so
Yeah,
that's why
so
he
was
like came
trying
towards.
to be funny.
Yeah, he got
he had, like,
irritated.
this cocky look on his face.
his main ego got hurt. And then when we came, he just got scared because
No,
he was
first it was just you.
yeah,
Then there was Aryan.
yeah. And he was just busy making out. All he wanted to do was make out with his girlfriend. So then he realized that he should just move. So I'm like, move the fucking car, and he's like, bro, I'm trying to move. I'm like, move away from my car. Don't move into my car. And then we reached Guyu's house at sharp 12. Cut cake at sharp 12. Wished her at sharp 12. I don't know what you're complaining about, man.
And I just, okay.
Yes, but people who park on the road, yes. If you want to make out, park on the side of the road and make out. Or do, like, find a room or
Yeah,
something.
like, and yeah, I'm just, yeah.
Say.
No,
Express
the-
yourself, girl.
I'm done expressing myself. This is not a safe space. Thanks to you guys here in the comments. But yeah. And you know what's the worst part about you both getting angry with
Me?
people on the road?
When did I get angry?
Can I?
See, this is... Okay, can I finish?
When did I get angry?
My point. Can I finish?
Wait. Let me finish.
Sharan, you should let her finish. That's fucked up. You're cutting her off. Sorry. Go ahead, Shamini.
You know what's the worst part of you both getting angry when these situations happen where y'all are actually angry? Y'all will get out of my car and bang my
Not you
motherfucking
all.
door
He did it.
like nobody's business. It's like the last time I genuinely thought the door would be on my lap. You banged it so hard.
Shamli, it is a Korean car made by Kia.
So?
Nothing's going to happen to the car.
Yeah, but that
If
doesn't
you-
mean you bang it. No, you treat it with love. It's giving you so much respect.
Yeah, but you don't
and
treat your other cars with love.
I treat all my cars with love.
Okay, so Shavani has this thing. If you have a drink or something, or you eat something wrapper or something, and if you finish having the drink, you're supposed to eat the glass also, because you can't keep the glass anywhere, because she'll get really mad if you leave the glass behind. Just 2 days back, that bottle of water is still in my car.
The bottle of water is there because you can use the water to wash other things later.
What are the things?
You've only
The
told
car.
me don't throw the water away. That's why I've not thrown the water away.
The bottle away. I have many bottles.
You've never left
She
water
has
in
double
my car.
standards.
You've
No,
never
I
left
have
water.
Never left water. Yeah, so she has different standards for
Yeah.
different things. Her
Yeah.
car, one standard, other cars,
Yeah,
other
yeah.
standards.
Yeah.
And this man, he is always punctual, he is always calm. The biggest flaw is you should look inwards.
I look inwards all the time.
You're looking
I'm
outwards.
only looking inwards. I can't
you are
see you
looking
guys.
to blame me, and you are blinded by that.
You deserve the blame.
You deserve the blame.
You guys hate them.
You want to talk about the second instance?
What is the second? Oh, there's not much to talk about.
Are you kidding me? That's the one where you all got so riled up.
Yeah, but where is the what? Like, there is nothing. The end nothing happened.
In the end, everything happened. Superman came.
Yeah, so we were fighting. So again, there was a huge fuck up on the road. Not our fault. And I asked one guy to move the car, and he got really pissed off. And then he started yelling at me in my arm. And then a couple of the locals came and started yelling at us, because that's the deal. If you're in a car, you get yelled at, because society. And they were yelling at us, and one guy came, pushed me, and was getting into a fist fight. And then Shamini got out in the rain and started yelling at everyone, and all the men got scared.
Yeah, it's like a group of men. They're all like, oh my God, what are you going to do?
They're like,
what are you going to
"What?"
do? It's Shamli for the podcast. She hates double parking.
And then, it's like one guy is pushing me, I'm pushing him back, and all that is happening. And then Shamini comes in the middle of it, and then like the more she walks towards them, the more they're walking back.
It's like Dracula with the cross.
Yeah. So yeah, Shamini.
And Shamli is saying, shame on you. Shame on you. You men, you guys are clogging up the road. And they're all like, what did she say?
I think that's why they got scared, because I was speaking English.
English also. I
Yeah.
think because you're a woman also. Power.
I guess.
Also, another thing is, every time I'm irritated by somebody who does something wrong and I'm fighting with them, I start at 100, but I'm slowly cooling down. And as I'm cooling down, no, there are two things. So if Aryan and Shamali are there, when I'm cooling down, Aryan will come. Boom! Oh no! And then
I
I'm
can't even speak
and
Malayalam.
I'm like, all the good work that I've done, I'm calming that other person and myself down. But now Aryan has taken it to the next level. And when you think Aryan has taken it to the next level, then there will be Shamali is there. Shamali take it to another level.
Yeah, this reminds me.
This is all untrue actually. We de-escalate the situation. That he
No, they
escalates.
never. They
And then,
never
you know,
de-escalate.
I'll tell you the key with people like Sharchata. When they are angry in a situation, what you have to do is be angrier than them. Then they relax. Because they know that the situation is in their heads. So then it doesn't explode.
Then
So you
they'll
just-
try to calm you down. It's okay.
yeah, it's a controlled explosion then. You have to show them that, it's crazy. This shit's fucked up. Then only they're like, oh my god, yeah, it is fucked up.
But this actually reminds me of the time when during lockdown, like during lockdown, this is after lockdown, when they had loosened up the restrictions and stuff, and you could be out at night and all of that. Sharan and I had gone on a drive once. Do you remember this time?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
Of course I fucking remember.
Yeah, he's gone like that with so many people. But so basically, we went on a drive once late at night, and so we're going from the side road onto the highway, and I'm on the leftmost lane, right? But this person, while I'm going onto the highway, cuts me from the left, hits my car, and zooms past. Okay?
This is the Kia.
No, this is like my car before the Kia. And I'm like, whatever. Initially, I was like, okay, maybe I'll chase.
If it was a Kia, she could have said Kaun Kia. You laugh, Shamali.
Yeah, that was a pity laugh. Anyway, so then initially I was like, fuck it, like whatever, I'll just claim insurance and get it fixed. And then Chan's like, dude, I think you need to chase this car. I was like, listen, I can't chase. And then we swapped seats, okay? So now Sharan's driving. And we go on this massive half an hour chase.
The car got far enough while you guys were switching.
Yeah, everything happened, but then we caught up because Sharan drives like a maniac when he has purpose. He's driving like he's got insane
And a
control.
purpose for hatred, purpose for causing mayhem.
Yeah, because I genuinely didn't think it was a big deal, but Sharan explained to me, and then in that moment I was like, yeah, okay, you're right. Let's swap. And then we went on this chase. Can you not use your phone?
No, I'm looking at a question. I'm looking at a question we can talk to. How can you get irritated? See, this is what.
Yeah, because it's so disrespectful when someone's talking.
How can you fight in the mid-podcast?
You deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve it.
So then we go on this half an hour chase, and then finally this guy drives into the slush. So now his car can't move.
Fuck.
Then we stop, and then there's a bunch of locals, and now do you want to tell them the rest?
Oh, go for it.
I don't think he remembers what happened actually.
No, finish the story.
He
You started.
remembers it. But it's good when two people are doing the storytelling.
Okay, I'll finish the story. Then you guys, Shamali got out of the car. She took off her shirt. She's like, "Alright, you want to mess with these guns?" And then he's like, no,
Nobody
Chichi,
is looking at her
sorry.
guns if she removes her shirt.
Chichi, sorry. She's wearing a vest, military vest.
Oh, okay.
Then he's like, Chichi, sorry. Then Sharita came in front of her and said, no, Shamali, don't do anything to him. And Shamali took out her laser gun and then shot him.
Aryan, when you make your movie, don't write the script. Okay?
I'll just
No,
adapt.
Just
basically-
direct.
So basically, I got out and I confronted the guy. And while I was confronting the guy in the other car, like all the locals came, and this time I had local support because they knew something was up because the other car had gone out of the slush and they knew like we were chasing this other car. So they were like, and what happened, Mone? So I said, they hit me and then they fled off. And they were supporting me and they were asking this guy, like, what the fuck, how can you hit a car and then just drive off? And he was really paranoid. And then I realized there was another girl sitting in his car. So he was paranoid about that as well. And initially it started off very heated. And then we were slowly calming down because I realized this poor guy. And we're all talking. And that guy's, I don't know, friend or girlfriend or whoever also came. And she's standing next to him. And the situation is slowly calming down. We're just discussing. I'm like, why did you have to drive away after getting hit and stuff? And as everything is calming down, Shamli gets out of the car, comes towards us. And this is, let me remind you, during COVID. So she comes towards us and she's like, look at them. He's not even wearing a fucking mask. How can you be so irresponsible? And everybody's suddenly looking at Shamli.
I have zero contribution to such situations.
and then The girl takes off her mask, puts it on him, puts it on the guy who hid it. And I am looking at Shamali, and everybody's looking at Shamali because of one simple reason. She doesn't have a mask on. And they're like, everybody's like, where did you come from? And B, why are you telling us to wear a mask when you're not wearing a mask?
Yeah, but I was
And then
standing
And then that girl is like,
far
but she's also
apart.
not, in Malayalam, she's like, but she's also not wearing a mask. And I'm like, Shamali, please go
Wait,
sit
what
back
is the
in the car.
thought process?
I just wanted to contribute to it in some way or form.
Yeah, that's also fair.
Yeah, because I was like, poor thing, it's my car. Why is he going through so much trouble?
I think
I
it's
was
his
very
fault for not
concerned.
involving you. He was trying to.
No, and also it was just Sharan, right? I didn't know what was happening over there, so I got
Yeah,
scared
you
that
never know
they'll
when
beat
it
him up.
gets- Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
we
I know
were-
him, right?
We
So,
were politely having a conversation. with each
but
other.
I don't
I
know,
was like,
right?
Cheta, why did you hit me? He's like, Cheta, I'm very sorry that I hit you. I'm like, oh, I was wearing a mask.
Yeah, but I didn't know at that point. I also didn't know any Malayalam.
yeah.
You didn't know any Malayalam.
At that point, I didn't. Sharan, at that point, I really didn't.
Bro, you've been living in the state from 2008. How do you not know Malayalam?
I have-
How can you not be immersed in this culture, the greatest culture in India? Huh? It's crazy.
Your culture is not limited to the language, right?
Okay, what other part of Kerala culture have you imbibed in yourself?
Onam. I celebrate Onam.
Oh, when is Onam?
Dude, Onam, the dates change, you know, right?
Oh, smart. Nice one.
Dumbass.
You passed the test.
Okay, anyway.
Hater, guys.
I feel like this episode I'll get loved
Yeah, I
because
know.
of you.
I know.
Keep saying it.
You know who I remind myself of?
Of course.
Who have you?
Thinking about himself.
Who have you thought of to
Say Shah Rukh Khan.
relate to
No,
yourself
not Shah Rukh
to?
Khan. It's a fictional character. I remind myself of Severus Snape.
Yeah.
The bad guy who's actually the good guy.
Yeah.
No.
You're fucking Peter Pettigrew.
Me?
Peter Pettigrew 1 and 2.
You're Lucius Malfoy's father,
He has an identity.
Mr. Malfoy.
I think you're more like Bellatrix. You're just psycho.
No, I love Bellatrix.
Because she has curly hair.
I
Yeah.
rest my case.
Represent.
You remind me, actually, she's like Bellatrix.
I would love to be Bellatrix.
Yeah, then you're Lord Voldemort. Actually,
Hey, that means I'm listening to him and following his orders. That doesn't work.
sorry, you're Voldemort. He's Bellatrix. Okay. Would you guys rather? And this is like a serious question.
Object experience.
No. It's generally a serious experience. I want you guys to generally think about this. For the rest of your life, you have to either be itchy all the time or sticky all the time. Which one would you pick?
I'd rather die.
You just kill yourself. But before you kill yourself, would you be itchy or sticky?
Itchy for sure. Because I'll tell you the reasoning. The reasoning is sticky. When you're sticky, there's no pleasure. But when you're itchy, when you itch, you gain pleasure out of it. And
Okay,
I'm,
but
and
you're-
I'm all about that pleasure.
But no, you're itchy for the rest of your life, but you can't itch.
No.
That's what is. You can't change the question.
Yeah, let him itch. That
Let
makes
him
sense.
But then, but I feel like it's unfair because if when you're itchy, you can do something to itch.
Yeah, it's not a
when you're
comparable.
sticky-
But I feel like some people are just okay with being sticky. Like they
Ew.
don't give a shit.
No, how sticky are we doing? Full body sticky.
Full body sticky.
Yeah.
But
there's
like,
no
what
way.
is the degree of stickiness?
It's like the
Ooh.
sound effect is there.
No, I'd rather be itchy because
Yeah, even I'd rather be itchy.
sticky. I can't do sticky.
At least you can also itch each other. So I guess itchy.
I had there was a moment like being sticky is the worst thing in the world. Like once I was flying with two of my friends from Moscow to Sri Lanka, and it was me sitting in the middle, and it was Sri Lankan Airlines, and it was just three of us, literally three of us on a fucking massive Boeing plane, and this was the time when they used to love drinking alcohol, and they asked the air hostess for the 15th time for alcohol, and then she finally was like,
Refused,
okay, no,
yeah.
she refused. Oh yeah, she refused. So they wanted me to ask, so I asked, so she gave, and then they asked me to ask for a Coke, so I asked for a Coke, and I'm sitting in the middle. The guy on the left wanted the Coke. The guy on the right wanted the Coke. The guy on the right got the Coke. The guy on the left tried to grab the Coke, and it all spilled on me, like all over my fucking pants. Entire fucking can of Coke. And I hate being sticky so much that I took off my pants and they gave me, the Sri Lankan air hostess gave me a blanket. So it was like I was wearing a mundu. And the whole flight, I was in that
Did you?
And then when the flight landed, I had to fucking give the blanket back. So I had to wear the pants again.
Oh.
And then it was a layover in Sri Lanka, so we went into the hotel room, but there were no pants to buy in the airport. So and the hotel is in the airport. So I was just sticky for like fucking
Eh.
15 hours.
That's
Like, and that too just like here, like my balls, my thighs.
You
thighs
should have
sticking
just washed the pant. No, it would have dried by then.
Speaking
Why
of
when-
which, this is not the first time this has happened to him.
Yeah.
The same thing has happened to him in St. Petersburg during the World Cup. We went for a trip there with like friends and stuff. He dropped coke.
No, I didn't drop. Again, somebody fucking.
Somebody dropped. Oh, okay. Somebody dropped
Yeah, not
on
me.
his like
Crotch area.
his crotch
A
area.
friend of mine
And then
dropped.
I washed it. I didn't sleep the whole night, and I washed it, and I got like
And
the.
still he doesn't love you unconditionally.
Yeah, that's what he still needs me to come to my.
That's because what if someone drops coke on him in Indonesia? Wait, actually, we won't have this problem. He's off coke. You should come.
This is a good.
There'll be no work on this trip for you.
Yeah,
It might be a break finally.
guys, I don't know if I've told you this before, but then I've stopped drinking Coke and Red Bull for a whole year.
We've discussed this before.
We have?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still hurts me, so I just want to say it out again.
Yeah. What's the toughest thing you've had to do in life so far? Is it giving
Like-
up on coke?
It's approach the situation calmly and on time. That's the toughest thing he's ever done. Okay.
That's not happened yet, so okay.
I feel like
Well,
giving
quotes.
up Coke and Red Bull is genuinely
up
one
there?
of the toughest because like my body feels great. Like I've already lost weight. My body feels great. I feel healthier.
Hmm.
But like we spoke about this, right? Like the reason I can't drink Coke or Red Bull is not because I will disappoint someone else, but I'll disappoint myself because like Sharan knows what Sharan's doing, right? But but the problem is I have nightmares.
About?
I
Like-
know this feeling.
There have been so many times when I'm drinking Coke in my dream.
Oh, so you think you've broken the...
Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
drinking Coke and I'm like, fuck, this is insane. I'm drinking Coke finally. It's such a good feeling. And then I'm like, fuck,
I fucked
I'm
up.
not allowed to drink Coke.
Shit, nobody can know.
No, it's not about nobody. It's about me. I'm like, fuck. How is this possible? How did this happen? And the first time I dreamt it, I forgot about it. But then I've been having these recurring dreams.
You know what you should do next time? Drop the coke.
So yeah, it's
Quite hard.
yeah. But I feel like something harder than that would be to be vegetarian.
I did that for a year.
You were a vegetarian for a year.
Yeah,
For what?
When?
2018 to 19, and I would have dreams about beef, but except I would revel in these dreams. I would enjoy myself in these dreams.
Oh yeah, because like a week back, Mama made me tie this thread from a temple, and she said I'm supposed to be vegetarian for 2 days. And my God, it's fucking hard, especially for someone who eats outside all the time.
It's hard in Kerala, I would say, because here people are... I don't know if people are predominantly non-vegetarian, but at least in Kochi, most restaurants don't give you enough
Veg
variety.
options.
Yeah, for vegetarians. Like, I always have trouble eating outside. But I think if you're up north, it's not that hard to be vegetarian.
Yeah, I feel like the quality of veg food up north is better than.
Because
quality
also
food
you
in-
love healthy food, right? Like, you're genuinely someone
Oh, I
who
love
likes healthy food.
Yeah.
So if you had like a good smoothie bowl or a good, like, I don't know, salad or something, you wouldn't mind being
Shata's
veggie.
love for healthy stuff is not normal love for healthy stuff. Like once, we explained to him the concept of kombucha, and that it's healthy. Okay.
He's gone overboard.
The next day in the fridge, there were, I'm not
30.
even exaggerating, 20 bottles of kombucha. And it's sugar, it's sweet. And he's like, it's healthy, no? This is him.
I don't know.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't know.
Kombucha
moderation.
lover,
I don't know.
69.
Yeah, you don't know moderation. That's the
I-
problem.
like,
You're an extreme person. Like,
I
when
thought you were
you...
going to say I'm an extreme sport.
No, you
You
genuinely are. And
You
this
are
is-
an extreme sport.
This is something I've observed even with work. This man is crazy. Like, he will shoot endlessly, he will edit endlessly, he will upload endlessly. It's just crazy. And he rarely I don't know why I'm saying all of this, but he rarely ever takes a break. Which I keep telling him is not healthy, but he is an extremes person. So yeah, I guess.
But I also feel like for you, like the vlog and the camera it's a way of life now. Like you don't see it as work. It's your existence.
Santosh
and
is
like-
an extension
Yeah,
of his arm.
that's what. Like I this is something I'm trying to learn as well. Like, for most of my life that I've known him, he was a very introverted person. So, seeing him vlog, it feels like he's used the camera as a path, as a bridge to between himself and the world. Like it connects, it allows you to do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do, like face fears, talk to people, things like that. So that's something I'm trying to learn with photography, but it's fucking difficult. Like whether you have a camera or not, actually sometimes the camera makes it harder because
People
you
are
don't,
just,
you don't look just like an idiot coming up and talking to someone. You
So
look like an
you-
idiot with a camera walking up to
So
someone.
you actually want to take photos without a camera?
Yeah, I would love to.
No, I feel I agree with you. I was thinking about this. It is a way of life, because it's like my alter ego. Sharan with a camera, I can do anything.
Why are you talking like this?
Sharan without a camera.
people who speak in third person are just douchebags.
Yeah.
That is it.
Sharan could be a douchebag. I don't know.
Sharan is a douchebag. Hence proved my theorem.
LHS equals RHS.
Yes.
No, why? I'm speaking about him. I'm not speaking.
You are him, chutia.
No. No, I mean Sharan with the camera is not me. Sharan with the camera is capable of doing anything. I am not capable of doing anything. I'm
You are
just scared,
Sharan
shy
with the
little
camera.
boy.
You are Sharan with the camera. You're wearing glasses now.
90% of the times you are Sharan with the camera. The 10% when you are not him is when you
but-
are sleeping.
And he has these personas, okay? Sharan with the cap is Sharan with the camera. Sharan with the glasses is Sharan on the podcast. So it's like he gets into these characters and he's them. It's actually very fascinating. It should be studied.
It's multiple personality disorder.
Yeah. But if it gets you in the zone, gets you in the zone.
Talking about extremities, how's your weight loss journey going on, man?
Family. Happens.
My weight loss journey, I mean, because I've actually lost
Yeah,
weight.
guys-
I also lost weight! What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Guys, I'll give you some context, okay? So everybody keeps like fat shaming me, and I don't understand why, because
When
I'm
have
not
people
fat.
fat
He
shame you?
fat
I've never fat shamed
I was
you.
going to say fast shame.
You just look like Dobby.
He always fat shamed
I've
me.
never
She-
fat shamed
she
you.
Listen,
sometimes fat
Dobby was
shames-
cute.
Dobby was cute.
And he, Aryan, how old are you now?
24.
Yeah, he's 24. This dude has
He's
been.
gone into his shell.
This dude has been.
24.
No, Aryan, put the camera phone down. Okay, this motherfucker is 24 years old. He has been working out from the age of 5. He was fat from fucking 5. He's been working out. That's the first time I see him working out. He was literally 6 or 7 years old in that. He's always been fat. He's 24 now. And he keeps making fun of how I am fat or how I don't have a good body. I would just like to put up a photo here of my 24-year-old body.
And I
Of
will put
how
up a
I
photo
was
here of my 17-year-old body. The same time. You can see whose is better.
What?
You can
How?
see whose is better.
You have never had a better body than me.
You want to bet on this?
I mean, you can't Photoshop.
I'm not photoshopping. We'll run this back.
I
you,
mean, you
me
have
at
never-
17.
you
Me at
have
17
never-
versus you at 24.
You have never
Okay,
had a- you have
that's
never
one
had a-
thing. Let me.
You
This
have
is
never
my
had
time.
a better body than me.
This is my retaliation. It
You're
ain't
a fart or
about.
something.
It's not about a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah. but-
Now this man has had a back issue for the past 4 years.
Yeah. How does it matter? I still have that photo.
I am a healthy man. I can run a marathon. I choose not to. I choose to sit here on this podcast and be with my friends, spending time with my near and dear ones. Case
Interesting.
closed.
Fucking fatty.
But you know, I think this is a fat kid thing where we would work out at odd hours in odd places because we were shamed so badly. I remember I used to wake up, so this is when my entire family was asleep. And I couldn't show them that I was working out because they would like, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it was just healthy bullying apparently. But I would wake up at like midnight, and Travel and Living Channel used to have one yoga show. So I used to do yoga at midnight because I was,
That's crazy.
yeah.
You really want to lose weight and you did yoga.
Yeah, that's actually.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was hot yoga. It
You-
was the in thing. Back then.
Do you think bullying is required for you to lose weight?
I don't think so. Because honestly,
What do you guys think about like body positivity?
it's needed.
No, body positivity in the sense that, people who are extremely overweight say that they are being body positive. Is that it?
No, see, I'll tell you what.
Hate is coming.
Body positivity is very different from like people just being okay with the way they are. Because they don't want to work out and lose weight or work out to get healthy or whatever, right? Like the idea is not to be thin. The idea is to be fit. So those are two very, very different things. Like people who are also extremely thin are not fit. So there's
No, I'm
body
talking
positivity
merely
there
about the
as
fact
well.
about somebody who's extremely overweight and is not doing anything to lose that weight to be healthy.
Yeah, that's
You're
just unhealthy.
you're 400 kgs.
Yeah.
You can't be healthy
Yeah, that's a
unless you have
bad
like a genetic
lifestyle. That's a
problem.
I
bad
feel
way
like
to live.
Unless you have a genetic problem or something.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
putting
yeah.
it out there.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're at 400 kg, like that ship is sailed.
Not
All you have
really.
is body positivity. Like you would.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Body positivity cannot be a shield to you not actually taking steps towards improving your lifestyle, your health, right? Because even being fit is not just going to the gym and working out. It's more actually what you're consuming than what you're doing, right? Like you can work out all you want, but if you go home and you eat like portion sizes that aren't in control, you're not gonna like see any difference, which is where people actually lose their path. So it's a I don't think you can use body positivity as a shield to not work on yourself. Yeah. My TED talk is done.
You're not fat. You're just more easily visible than others.
You're
care.
horizontally challenged.
No, that's fucked up. You can't see horizontally challenged.
if you're short, you're vertically
Yeah,
challenged.
vertically challenged makes sense. Horizontally challenged is, I think, if you're too thin. Like being too.
Either too thin or too fat or whatever, right? But yeah, I think also like because if it's a medical issue, there are obviously other things you need to do, right? It's not just going to the gym or working out. You need to improve your consumption. You need to do multiple other things, like because as you say, pakod and pakos, it's not easy.
Never said that. It's PCOD and PCOS, ma'am. I don't know what pakod and pakos are.
What does PCOD stand for? Polycystic ovarian disorder.
Correct.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's
Mm.
crazy. No?
But yeah, so I don't think it's good to use it as a shield to not work on yourself.
No, but what about people who imagine you're going through a bad time
Mm.
and your only source of happiness is junk food?
Mm.
I mean, a lot of people put on weight like that.
Yeah.
Like they have a tragedy or something bad happen in their life, whatever, big and small.
Yeah, stress eating.
Yeah, stress eating. What do you have to say about that?
Nothing. I'm someone who stress eats. I've put on 10 kgs just because I used to stress
Wait,
eat.
let me tell him what he wants to hear. Those people are weak. Those people suck ass. If
That's
you,
not- no,
if
I-
you know, we've spoken about this on episode 3 of this podcast. Run it back, boys. Exactly the same topic.
Oh, so no, my
But my views are these people are lazy. If you want to do something in their life, you will do it. If you don't want to go to Bali and you haven't earned enough money, that's your fault. And your elder brother should recognize that as your fault. But he should also recognize the fact that you're working to change that.
In his words, results matter.
So that's what I feel like. That's why healthcare is a holistic thing. It's not just about healthcare is more easily accessible to people who have a lot more money, who have a lot more money to be able to spend on trainers, going to the gym. It's even something as simple as if you go to the gym alone and you're paying like the base rate for the gym, you have to pick up the weights, you have to re-rack the weights.
Honestly,
All those
I
things on your own.
I don't agree with this at all. Because
I haven't finished my point.
okay.
My point is that that's again time you're spending re-racking the weights. You're working on the stuff that is not actually working out. But with a trainer, you have somebody who takes care of everything for you, racks the weights, tells you how to eat, tells you how to make sure your form is good. Otherwise, you're watching YouTube videos, and if your form is bad, you get an injury, and then you're fucked for the next 6 months again. It's just, I think healthcare is more easily accessible to people who have the money for it.
Okay, so
This is what you disagree with.
yeah, I
Okay.
disagree with this because so I was again like we were talking about stress eating. I between 2018 to 2019 I put on 10 kgs because I was working full time with my firm, so there was absolutely no time for me to even like budget in going to the gym or anything. So I'd put on 10 kgs, and when you're working, I mean, at least for me personally, I need to keep munching on something. So I would munch on absolute trash, and then lockdown hit. In those 2 months when the first lockdown happened, I've lost all of those 10 kgs. I didn't have a personal trainer. I didn't go to the gym. It's just, honestly, you need to do the right things to be able to lose weight
Yeah,
and
but you had
get
time.
fit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have
No, I
time.
didn't. I was still working full time.
Yeah, but as during lockdown, what else did you do after work? You had a lot of free time.
Sharan, when I'm working full time, it doesn't mean I'm working from 9 to 5. I'm
So what was the
working.
difference between lockdown and when you're working full time?
The only difference was I had space. So every time I was on a call, I would walk and
So
take
that's
my
what,
you are
calls.
that's what
home.
space.
Space,
These
you were
things
home.
matter.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Where there's a will, there is a way. You don't need to have that personal
Yeah,
trainer.
There's a will, there's a way. But if you're
You don't need to have a personal
like
That's
trainer.
not, where there's a will, there's a way. But when you're when your way is full of fucking obstacles, you need a much larger
Like,
will
I
than
remember
if your way had way fewer obstacles, which is if you have money, if you have time.
when I worked at EY, which is not a very long time, but when I was there, like the one thing I noticed, I mean, I was also younger then, I was 25, but like I must have noticed men at the ages of probably 24, 25 to 50, but like I'm taking basically like 30-year-olds, okay? Everybody had a paunch. So universally, there could be like one guy who looks like conventionally fit. I'm not saying they're not healthy, but like if you have a paunch, you're most likely not exactly the fittest person in the world. When you're only 30, it's not like you're like 50 years old, right? So it's not there in like Indian culture to stay fit because even our food, whatever we intake, that it's like masala and fucking
No, and also
carbs.
our work-life balance is
Yeah,
just
but
shit.
no, but work. See, now that's the thing. If you there are two ways to look at it. One, it's really hard. Like somebody needs to really care about their health to like work 12 hours and then get 1 hour less sleep and then go to the gym and work out. So you need to really care about your health. You need to be like a bodybuilder or some shit like that. But I guess when you're like 30 and you're working in an IT company and you just don't have the time, then like your health takes a backseat.
Yeah, but again, that's what I'm saying. Conversely to my scenario, where I just didn't work out when I was actually like prior to lockdown, I had one more colleague of mine who would, whatever, cut down on 1 hour of sleep, go to the gym every morning, come what may, and maintain her physical fitness, right? But in both scenarios, I don't think it's necessary for you to have a personal trainer or for you to have a gym membership. You can work out at home. You have to start somewhere, is what I'm trying to say.
That's 100% true, but that's what like the walls.
I mean,
are
obviously, it's
vary based
easier.
on-
Obviously, it's
Yeah.
easier if you have everything laid out for you. But the first challenge is mentally even like for now, I have a personal trainer right now. But there are days when I just don't want to wake up and go to the gym. And it's not like I'm working out at 6 in the morning. I'm working out at 11:30. That's not even like, it's not challenging by any means.
That's early
But
morning.
it's just you need to mentally be ready that you want to make those changes in your life. That's it. Once you won that mental game, then even I've started moving 10,000 steps minimum a day. Right? I have no reason to do it, but it's just mentally now I want to get back into physical fitness.
I don't know. I think there's also a huge imbalance in the amount of information that people have. Just like understanding the concept of tracking calories is not. It's such
Yeah.
a basic concept, but
Macros.
you just never learned that in Indian hell. Like you learned it in 4th grade or something in EVS, but after that nobody really knows these things.
I think, and also, I feel like by default you are sort of doing it. If you eat at home, for instance, you'll track, okay, you have 2 rotis a day. 2 rotis for lunch and like so many vegetables, 1 katori dal and whatever, right? Like for instance, when I was on my weight loss journey back in 2020, I wasn't weighing everything, which is what you're supposed to do, right? I wasn't putting everything on a weighing scale and okay, measuring this is the amount of carbs, this is the amount of protein or whatever. But it just became routine that okay, I'm gonna have 1 roti with 2 veggies, 1 katori dal, little salad, and that's about it for lunch. And that became like a pattern. So you can like somewhat track it, but it doesn't have to be as specific as actually putting it on a weighing scale.
It's also the Indian diet. Historically, we are a agrarian society, so we mainly like farm and shit. So we're outside for like 6, 7, 8 hours a day in the sun, working.
Tilling,
That's why, which is why our food, if you look at it, it's a lot of carbohydrates.
Yeah.
It's like rice, chapati, all these things, and proteins are much more minimal because we need that carbohydrate to burn that energy.
Yeah.
So, and that, like, we're no longer an agrarian society. Most of us are just hanging out.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that Amama's mala, man? Hey, suck your the shit.
Miss her.
Miss her too.
So my grandma.
Let me suck on it.
Shut up, man. Fuck off.
So
Yeah.
that's our TED talk for.
Do you
Dude,
think-
complete your point.
My point is, my point is that basically like
distracted cat, bro.
if you put Amama's mala in your
What? I'm kissing it, man.
no, you're not. You're making out of it.
I miss having a fourth person.
It's actually nice. I like not having.
Okay,
fourth person.
service.
Point is,
We're no
because now
longer
we're no
relevant,
longer moving around as much. We're not outside as much. We're in
Yeah.
offices all the time. So, but the diet is the same. So everybody has a punch. And
Yeah.
in India, maintaining health, maintaining fitness is not seen as a priority, which is why
Yeah.
our health is.
But I
terrible.
think it'll slowly change. The curve is gonna change.
Inshallah.
The curve is gonna change. Did you get that?
Do you think devices like Apple Watch, Whoop, and all are useful in your fitness journey?
I mean, it is useful in the sense you can actually track how many steps and stuff, but you don't need an Apple Watch for that. You can even do it with a Fitbit or whatever.
I've never had an Apple Watch, so this is an honest question. So if you're jacking off, you take it off?
No, why you want to add the steps? No,
That's what I'm saying. If you actually want to be realistic about
But
your
it depends
fitness
on
goals-
which hand you're putting it on, no?
if you're jacking off like this, then
Yeah, okay. Most guys wear it on the left hand, no?
I mean, it depends. You can put it on either. You have to sync it to whichever wrist.
Makes sense.
But like, I prefer having a device that tracks like my steps.
no, I'm not talking about just steps, sleep, steps, calorie intake.
I'm
workouts.
basic right now. I'm at that steps level. I've not reached tracking my sleep and recovery and REM and all of that. I've not reached.
But
But
do you
yeah,
think it's useful?
I think it is. There's no harm in getting like knowledge about your whatever sleep and stuff, right? It's important to sleep a certain number of hours, recover in those hours and all of that.
Guys, this topic is boring as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm moving forward. There was this one evening in Bombay. I went for a party. There was a lot of coke. There were a lot of like celebrity, like not celebrities, but you know the people behind the people. Like, oh, this guy's like the main guy at big company like Netflix. Oh, this guy's the main guy at Spotify. Things like that. So I was at a party like this. I was invited by another big person, and I felt out of place there. So I was standing there with a beer, and this other guy who's like about my height, who looked as powerful as I did, came up to me. I said hi. He said hi. We both got along. We were together for that party. I found out he was also Mallu. We bonded, and we were the only people talking to each other because everybody else was like big and Moroccan and French, and like it was people from all over the world. Today, that guy and his movie have won the grand prize at the Cannes Film Festival.
That's
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah. His name is Ridu Harun.
Yeah, you should have just.
Yeah, I should have started with that. Which is also such a badass name, Ridu Harun.
That's insane.
So yeah, as of this week or last week, Payal Kapadia's As We See the Light, I think it's called, has won the grand prize at the Cannes Film Festival. It's the first Indian movie, I think, to be nominated since '94 or something. And so people are posting about this. This leads up to a question. So people are posting about this all over Instagram. And I remember just last year, the conversation being about how Cannes Film Festival is dead. Nobody talks about Cannes Film Festival or takes it seriously as much anymore. You need connections to get in. People will do a standing ovation for any fucking movie. I've heard all these things. So I'm sure Payal Kapadia's movie is amazing. I'm 100% sure. But I've also seen this trend online where white people add something Indian into their content, and then they get a bunch of Indian people being like, "Oh, ये तो हमारा culture है." Like there's the kid who makes like he has a channel where he cooks things, and then one day he started making like pani puri, and he's this white kid in some place in the US. He started making pani puri and started making samosa, and people have like he's suddenly got an insane following.
Yeah.
I think this started off with PewDiePie against T-Series. I think that's the first time a content creator went up with something Indian, and then a lot of Indian eyeballs went up to it. So where do you see this trend going? Like will Indians actually become self-aware after some point, or is this good for India? Or like, what do you guys think?
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it in the sense that for instance, even in the creator space, right? Like everybody is now coming to India just because of numbers. We're like the largest in terms of population in the world, right? So people see that value, which is why even business-wise, companies are coming to India now because they just see quantity here. So if our economy is growing by virtue of this happening, there's nothing wrong with it, right?
But like India is sort of reduced into just its number, and like yesterday I saw this very irritating TikTok of this girl seeing like a bunch of other white girls. It's like she's recording a TikTok and she's talking about other white girls wearing kurtis and like a shawl, and she's like, "What is this core called? Is this like cottage core?" And I know for sure she knows it's Indian clothes. I know she's just baiting the Indian audience, but still I can't help but feel irritated because I know she's doing this. And then a lot of Indians are like, "Bro, who is this girl? ये सफेद औरत को कुछ नहीं पता है, etc., etc., etc." So do you think it's fair game or
Yeah, I mean, all is fair in love and war, right? Like, what is... I don't
it's
understand what's...
content? Neither love nor war.
Yeah, but I don't... like, it's okay. I mean, if they want to grow on the basis of, like, feigning ignorance of what India has to offer, then that's their way of doing it. We're giving them the attention.
But that's what.
But-
My issue is the fact that in like white people have to try so little to get the audience of like get the Indian audience. They just have to mention something slightly Indian, and then because it's a white person saying it, like the Indian audience will come.
Yeah, but that
That's
happens.
that's
That's
probably our
natural.
conditioning with-
Yeah.
That you got. I mean, it won't change now. I
Yeah.
mean, they're just being smart.
So-
And you have to applaud them for that.
Yeah, the white people are
It's
so
just
smart
business
with content.
sense. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, the numbers are there, so they'll. I mean, the PewDiePie has done it. Then there are these guys who review Malayalam movies, Hindi movies. There's no reason. For
Even the
them.
people, the football creators who come and watch
Yeah.
Kerala Blasters matches.
They're all like jumping on the bandwagon of numbers because if you want to sell something on your platform, you need numbers, and brands just see the numbers. So if you have 50,000 people, you're a white creator from the UK, but you have 50,000 people following you from Kerala. Like most brands don't know that's 50,000 people from
Yeah.
Kerala, so that's like just additional numbers.
But I don't know. I feel like in the future, I feel like 'cause there are so many new content creators in such a saturated space where people are gaining numbers so fast and so many of them. I get the feeling the quality of followers is going to start becoming more of a thing rather than quantity.
Yeah,
at
but
some
that's
point.
that's yeah, it will. So again, like it depends on what the brand's needs are, right? At that point, if the brand just wants awareness about their product or their brand, then it doesn't matter. When the
Okay.
conversion aspect comes into play is when the brand is looking at the quality, right? Okay, do you have the following that would purchase my product? Do you have the ability to actually purchase it in terms of capacity, right?
I don't know. I find it kind of like it's smart of them, but it's also upsetting for. It's like having a token black character, or it's become like that. Like people just mention something Indian, and then everyone.
But
will
I
be
think
like,
even like
"Oh."
as Indians, we do it, right? Sometimes we create content that we know will garner interest from a specific community. It's, I mean, it's just not done at the whole India
Yeah,
level,
but that's what.
but it's
That's
done
what
at
we
a
don't
smaller
have that.
community level.
But that's the. Oh, I can't believe I'm using this word. Privilege of just having white skin.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like
But now
if you
that's-
have that, then you should use it. If that's a privilege you come with.
But no, so I completely
The
agree. with
biggest
it, but I'm,
tragedy in life is when you don't use your privilege. You know?
and it's not just white people.
no, my irritation is the fact that woke liberals and woke people in India are not realizing this. They're not talking
But
about this. At all.
after they realize,
but
then
what do you want them to do?
Like, be more aware of. I don't know, bro. Fuck, you're right. This
No,
is
like
every.
even Indians with an accent do so well in India.
Yeah.
It's as like it's something our country has gone through. You can't expect that to change overnight. It's just conditioning.
Okay, I'll tell you what I would. I would be happy with people not reacting to every single white person who does something Indian.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
very
I
wishful.
feel like-
but
It is very wishful, but that's what I would want.
I feel like in the years to come, it will change because the white people would have done it so often that
Yeah.
the Indians would see it and be like, okay, this is the same thing I watched 10 years
Yeah.
back. I don't want to watch it anymore.
the
And then-
exoticness will be back. They'll
Yeah.
want your actual accent. They'll want like
Maybe it's a good thing then.
No, but it's also a thing with India. It's a thing with Indians. I don't blame the white people for that. Like
yeah.
I have, I'm very proud of my Indianness or being an Indian, and there are so many times when friends in the past or acquaintances or whoever they mimic the way an American would talk or a Britisher would talk or somebody from
Make
some-
or they adopt that accent.
adopt that accent. And my logic to that always was like I'm always made fun of the fact that I have a Malayalam
Malayali
accent.
accent. Yeah.
But I am from here. I should be having that accent.
Exactly.
And the whole way I started thinking about that is like people used to be like, dude, you grew up in Russia. How can you have such a thick Malayali accent? Like, what? How the fuck is this possible? And it was at the same time when like the Jamaicans were ruling the fucking Olympics, like in the 100 meters, 200 meters, Usain Bolt, his buddies are all killing it. And when you hear Usain Bolt give an interview, he doesn't sound like a fucking white guy from the US. He sounds like a Jamaican. He speaks like a Jamaican. He speaks English like a Jamaican. So why the fuck? Okay, maybe my accent doesn't sound so appealing to you, but why should I sound different? But there are so many people. If you go to Bombay, you listen to other podcasts, you will hear different kind of like. And the thing is, they have ingrained it so much in them that is how they sound now. It's like they've adopted it and they've adopted it so hard that is how they will sound forever. But you won't sound like that if you grew up in fucking Bombay or Delhi or Chennai.
You won't naturally sound like
Naturally sound like
No,
that.
but I feel like the reason why they would have probably asked you that question is because your formative years were in Russia. So they usually you get the accent of the place you grew up in.
Yeah,
right?
But that's what even the way that question is asked, it's never asked like, hey, why do you have this accent?
No, it's not
It's
why
always,
do you-
oh, why do you
Yeah,
have this
yeah,
accent, bro?
Yeah, the
it's not-
condescension
Yeah,
is
like
there, yeah.
there was a time when I had a lot of friends who grew up in Bangalore, and they have an accent closer to New York than they would have to anyone who lives in Bangalore. And I'm talking about a certain class in society. So, but they see any other accent, an Indian accent, as something
a-
which is lower compared
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
British or like a.
Like, because even my accent changes. Because we used to move every 4 years, right? So my accent used to change constantly. Like now, I feel like my accent is more South Indian than it was when I was in Bombay. And this,
I think it's quite British actually.
But my point is, but my point is that the Indians are the problem. not
yeah,
the
it
white
is
people.
the Indians. Because even like, this is a small instance, and I've noticed this. When you have food with your hands, some Indians just like look upon you like, oh my god, why are you eating like this?
This is why I love like it's like a fuck you to I don't know if it's imperialism or whatever, some big word, but like I eat with my hands all the time, and sometimes it gets absurd. Like
Yeah, I feel like
You go to like a
again,
5-star.
you're an extremes person.
like I'll give you an example of this. Again, it's something similar to so long back we were invited, like me and my friend were invited to this event. I think it was like a BMW or a Merc event in Cochin, and we were going from a friend's place, so we didn't really have any clothes. So only thing I could find was a munda and a shirt. So me and my friend wore a munda and shirt, and we went for the event. And we went there, and everybody made fun of us. Okay, everybody made fun of us.
And the event was in Kerala
It
itself.
was in Kerala. A fancy event, everybody's like very well dressed and everything, and everybody made fun of us. And the chief guest or the main person of that event was the owner of Kalyan Jewelers. His name is Kalyana Raman, I think. And when he came, everybody was like, shush, shush. Like everybody's waiting for him to enter. He came in a Rolls Royce and he got out wearing a mundu
Yo,
and a
that's
shirt.
good.
I was like, fuck you, fuck all of you.
This is like Dhanush at the screening.
Yeah, like the Dhanusha, the early grey
Grey
man? Oh,
man.
grey man.
Grey
Early man,
man.
it seems. Grey man screening where he came wearing his white munda and
Yeah.
his white shirt. Because that is what your culture is.
You're representing your
If you're
culture.
not proud of your culture, then who will be?
Yeah.
With the same thing with eating. So I have gotten a lot of grief for this, but like whether it's like I would like to be the guy who eats with his hand and not feel like I'm out of place. So
Yeah.
wherever I am, if I can eat with my hand, I will eat with my hand.
Yeah, like
Steak, pasta, whatever.
yeah.
I
that's
would
what
also like to
that's
say
what I'm
this is-
saying. You're
this
an
is-
extremes person. There are some things.
This is
which-
also a skill issue.
Yeah,
It is also his lack of ability. He has turned
Like-
a bug into a feature.
Like, have you seen how easy it is to have sushi with your hands? You don't have to
you
do
know,
the
actually,
whole...
in Japan, you eat sushi with your hands.
Okay, great. The
But-
Japanese know.
But
Japanese dosa.
but like for instance, I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing, but having pancakes like dosa is also
Oh, that is the best
little
thing.
weird.
He's such a... It's...
No,
it's
but it's
something...
so
I don't know. I feel like
messy.
I don't know. I love
Like,
eating
you-
pancakes
no,
like a
imagine
British
this.
person.
Imagine this. You enter a really fancy coffee shop and there's a man eating pancakes with his hands like dosha. You be a little scared of that guy.
No, but
There is a fear factor there.
no, my problem is then I can't share. Because your hands are in everything. It's
Yeah,
all
okay,
over.
don't share.
I mean, don't share is easy for you to say. I am the one who's hungry.
But I feel like you'll be worried about that person. Like that person is capable of anything. He's in a very, very fancy coffee shop where everybody has like Louis Vuitton
Yeah.
bags and fancy accents. He's just happy.
But like genuinely eating rice with your hands and mixing it with all the gravy, etc.
way better.
It just tastes better.
yeah, and like I feel so strongly about this because there are even clubs, fancy restaurants where they don't allow ethnic wear.
Yeah.
in India, and I'm like, bro, this is your culture.
Yeah.
Just like
And
understand.
technically, ethnic wear is actually supposed to be formals. It's Indian formals. So
Yeah. Also, what do you think about the hate all the influencers got at Khan?
I think they had to pay a lot of money to be there. I think it's also quite funny that they got a lot of hate for it. But they got it. They got it with their own success. I know where you're going with this. They made their own money. They went there after paying 50 lakhs.
I don't understand. You want to continue? Or,
But I would also like to say that the people who like one of the main people on Instagram who has a large following, who has called out these influencers,
who's this?
also is technically an influencer. Anybody with a big following on Instagram, if you're over like 50k, if you're over like 20k, you are an influencer. It doesn't matter what you do, you are one of them. It doesn't matter if you can afford to pay 50 lakh or not to go to Cannes, but you are one of them.
So wait, somebody was giving shit for the shit. to
Yeah, a
influence.
lot of
no, but can you tell me what happened exactly?
No, so a lot of influencers were invited to the Khan via Brute.
Yeah, so it's not technically an invite. It's like you pay Brute like 50 lakh for like a
But
day.
you're
for
at
an
Khan,
invite.
you're at the fucking red
Yeah.
carpet, you're at this, and all these creators, except for Nancy Tyagi, great job by the way, was
Yeah.
getting a lot of hate for being there, and people are like, oh, now the beauty of Khan is over, and like if you call these influencers,
People are just haters, honestly.
and
yeah.
I'm like, for example, I mean, I don't know if this is true. Apparently, Finance with Sharan paid 22 lakhs or 25 lakhs to get a spot. I don't know if that is true. There's a comment under one of his videos where he's like, this guy is telling us how to invest, but he's also investing 25 lakhs to walk on a red carpet. I'm like, bro, his money.
And
right?
you're
He
talking
worked hard.
about
So
him.
he worked hard for it.
Yeah.
All those creators worked hard. Whether they paid money, whether they were invited, they have that opportunity, they went. You are lazy in your house, or you're bored in your house and you have nothing, go watch Netflix or something, man. Why do you want to hate?
But people will hate every time you're successful and you're doing something.
but
They
I
would
feel like,
rather.
No, but I feel like influencers get just hate for existing.
But
Yeah,
also,
they do. They do.
And
these
first of all-
influencers have made money. They've recouped their money by showcasing brands that have paid them to wear their clothes or
Yeah.
showcase their products at the red carpet. So it's not like they've spent the money and they lost all the money. They've made money
Even
also.
if they've lost it.
No, it's like
तुम्हारा क्या जाता है?
No, it's like they are hurt by the fact like people are hurt by the fact that they have the tag called influencer. Or maybe they're not influencing anyone. You guys put the tag influencer.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not influencing anyone. But it is their life. They want to
People
walk
just love to
they want
hate.
to walk
There is
on
something
Khan.
else.
Let them walk.
It
Yeah.
would have been depressing if they had paid 50 lakh and nobody was talking about them. So they paid 50 lakh. They got brands they've recouped their money and people are talking about them. So I think it's a win for influencers, honestly. Whether they are related to film or not, Can probably needed this. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to get a lot of shit for saying Can has been on the down low.
Downhill.
On the downhill. But I feel like it's true. I feel like things like, not the Nobel Prize. What is the other prize for movies?
Oscar.
Yeah, like nobody gives a shit about these things anymore. Nobody gives a shit about the Ballon d'Or. So
Yeah,
these awards need other people to come in and be like, hey, this is interesting. Why do you think iShow Speed comes to like footballing events now? Because there are eyeballs because iShow Speed is there.
Yeah. No, this is the same thing, right? People hate it when influencers are acting in movies, and then they'll just be like, I think there was this one clip where Niharika NM is like announcing, okay, I've got a film. It's a big film in Chennai. And she's like, but people will always hate on it because they'll say, oh, you only got the film because of numbers, not because you're actually talented to act. I mean, so what?
Yeah, but she created those numbers. She worked
Yeah,
hard
she's
day and
got
night
the
to make those-
numbers.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know if I spoke about this on another podcast, but I feel like the hate comes from the fact that
They're not in that position.
that's jealousy. That is always there. That's 100%. But it also comes from the fact that suppose Rahul KP, right? Rahul KP is our friend. He plays for the international team in football and he plays for Kerala Blasters. Okay. Now Rahul KP ideally has a dream job that I have, and a dream job that many kids in this
Yeah.
country will have. He's a professional footballer. He makes his money playing the sport he loves and a sport which everybody loves.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, 30-year-old me can look at Rahul KP and be like, fuck, I wish I had that job. But I know deep down inside that there is no way in hell
Yeah.
I will never have that job. Okay. I can't mimic him, imitate him, replicate anything
Work
he does.
like him,
Work
yeah.
like him, nothing. Okay. So I will never have that position. But when a 20-year-old or an 18-year-old kid or even a fucking 50-year-old auntie who's a hater looks at an influencer, they see whether it's a vlog, whether it's some funny content on Instagram, whether it's a dance reel, whether it's a music reel, they can see that and they're like, I could do this. It's an, it's an, it's a thinking of, yes, if I had a camera and if I make these videos, I could replicate what they're doing. And that's where the hatred comes from.
Yeah.
It's like I could be in this, like they believe that they could replicate.
It's also because you've made it look like it's so easy.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody actually understands behind a 30-second reel, the amount of work that goes into it, nobody realizes. They only see the end product. So they're like, oh, it's so easy. I can just do this.
Yeah.
So why is he there?
Yeah,
Why
so
am I
it's-
not there?
Yeah, it's like it's an art form where everybody thinks they can do it. Like,
and
what's
it's
so
not about
special?
doing the one reel. Or, like we spoke about this 2 podcasts back, podcast. It's about doing those reels regularly enough
Yeah.
where you build a following, then coming up with new ideas,
Consistency,
working through
yeah.
burnout. All
Yeah.
those things are what creates
Yeah.
influence. It's not just.
Like that's the thing.
It
It's like
also
what-
could be just this.
It could be, but you have to do it every single day.
It's like something which Rahul Subramanian told us about fame. He's like, initially they all root for you because they don't see you as like
Yeah.
they don't see you as a threat, right? They root for you, and once you become big enough,
They all want to pull you
then
down.
they want to pull you down, which is strikingly similar to what's happening to Nancy Tyagi. Because what does she do? What?
I don't know.
She's getting
Nancy,
hate?
What
No,
happened?
wait. What does she do? What
Okay,
is
so
it?
basically Nancy Tyagi is a fashion creator in that sense where she stitches everything from scratch.
Okay, so
And then she models those clothes.
she stitches everything from scratch and she models for it, right? Now, the only difference, what I have understood, so she's also an influencer, creator / influencer. The only reason she hasn't got hate, but like a finance with Sharan or Ankush or
Whoever.
Raj Shamani, whatever, who else got hate? The only difference is Nancy Tyagi comes from a certain background, a certain socioeconomic this thing where she comes from like,
Absolutely no privilege.
absolute
nothing.
no privilege. I think they used to have money issues all the time. So now people root for that. Nancy Tyagi goes about her life and suddenly becomes the head of Vogue, and she's staying in a $2.5 million apartment, and she has worked hard to get all that. They will all hate her. Right
But
now
that's
they
because she fits the story. Everybody likes seeing
Yeah.
rags to
yeah,
riches.
Yeah, she fits this. Yeah, right now, yeah, because that's the only reason which separates like the love she gets and the hate somebody like a finance with Sharan gets. Like they both are doing the same thing, man. One guy is advising people how to invest their money. Another person is stitching their own clothes. Let them live.
Yeah.
I would just say from Brutes. Sorry, go on.
No, another person who got a lot of hate is King. He's a rapper. Singer, and I am assuming. So the reason they were making fun of him is because he was talking like I was saying earlier. He was talking with like an Americanized accent, and like he was telling people what like on the red carpet he was telling them what he was wearing, and it was a very he doesn't know English. Like English is not a strong suit, but he was speaking in an English like an American way. And bro, the amount of fun Indians made of him, simply because he like he must be coming from a background where for him speaking in an American way is the top of the world, like it's the top. So he must be coming from a background, socioeconomic background where that is considered cool, like because I'm sure he's coming from nothing. So let him be. He
No,
has
and you know
worked
what the
for his
funny thing
success.
is?
But Indians will tear him down and
Yeah.
say, ha ha ha, you may, ye Angrezi kaun hai, or look at
Yeah,
the,
he should have just spoken in Hindi
yeah,
or
he
whatever.
should have, like,
But you know the funny thing is, had he spoken in in English in an accent that was Indian, they would have still hated
yeah,
on
then
him.
they would have called him Chapri.
Yeah,
There is no winning.
Chapri is the stupidest insult ever.
it's actually a very casteist.
There was
Yeah.
there was one creator. She has put up photos where she's like, ha ha ha. So the creators went for the red carpet in the afternoon, and that is not actually red carpet because there are like 5 people taking photographs. And the actual red carpet for the actual film people happen in the night. So all these creators paid 30 lakhs for nothing. I'm like, bro, their money. Whether Brute invited or the King of England invited them, let them have fun.
Yeah,
It is a moment of pride, it seems. Pride for that person.
yeah.
Like all
And
those
for you
creators,
as an Indian, that you've got
Yeah.
so many Indians out there.
all those creators look happy as hell. Let them live. Maybe their dream in life is they've watched Hollywood stars and Bollywood stars and fucking everybody walk that red carpet. maybe that is a dream to wear nice clothes and walk. Let them do it.
I would say
Man,
from
y'all
Brute's
told me it's a
perspective,
small segment. I've held my
No, I'm
peace.
so like.
from Brute's perspective, like since they're the ones who had the opportunity to send people and they put the price tags on the tickets and stuff, I would say the bad is a little bit on them. They should have gotten, they could have gotten at least 1 or 2 creators that are relevant to cinema. Whether that's like your movie reviewers on YouTube. I'm sure there are so many people like that.
Why?
May
I'm
not
not saying-
have been in their
yeah, but that's
business
what-
interest.
This is so okay. If Khan is saying only film people are supposed to go, then only get film people, right? If Khan doesn't have Khan is selling tickets to fucking Brute and saying, oh, you bring whoever, then who the hell is Brute to say?
Yeah,
oh,
Brute will do
like,
what's more beneficial
this
to
is,
them.
What is that? What is that club behavior? Country clubs have that thing where they don't like
Membership.
outsiders.
Segregation.
No, not
Racism.
segregation, not racism.
Or country club
Club
rules.
mentality.
Herd mentality.
Hurt? No, not hurt mentality. Fuck!
Sigma male mentality.
No, shut up. It's like you don't like outsiders.
Exclusive.
Country
Yeah.
club mentality.
Yeah, it's a country club mentality, right? Like you don't like outsiders. Like Brute can give that ticket to anyone if they
Yeah.
want to do it to a fashion creator or they want to do it to a comedy.
Yeah, they're
creator
doing it whatever they're doing. They're basically whatever makes more business sense for
Yeah,
Brute is
and
what
it's
they will
business,
do.
right? You don't want to give it to a guy with 100,000 followers. If he's ready to pay 1 crore, okay, give it to him because that 1 crore makes sense. But if there's a creator who makes videos for a certain class of people and he is at 2 million followers, then and it's only a 30 lakhs, okay.
No, what I'm saying is people's hatred directed towards the influencers should instead be directed at Brute.
I feel like there should be no hate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't fully agree.
You hate the guy who parks the car on the road, not the guy who.
Yeah.
I hate the parking guy, not the driver.
Man,
Well-
I just want to say, maybe they will not watch this or maybe they will. I'm so proud of all of you who walked on the red carpet.
Yeah, congratulations, guys.
Like some people absolutely smashed it. Like
Yeah.
I, for instance, I'm a big Vishnu fan.
Vishnu Kaushal, yes.
Yeah. And I think he was so well dressed and it was insane.
He
Like
deserves it.
he deserves
He
it.
deserves it. You make enough
And
skits
he
about
is in a
James
way
period
related to
and
cinema. He made his debut in a movie and stuff. Like why not?
It just goes to show, like, you make enough skits about like your school games period, and eventually you
Yeah,
get to Khan.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's inspiration for everybody who
Yeah,
makes
that-
content or any creative, honestly.
Yeah. And just enjoy what you're doing.
And I
It'll
feel like
get you
that's
there.
true inspiration because like I can't play football like David Beckham. I'll never be able to. But like I have this feeling that I could make funny skits like Vishnu or like a kid in 5th grade will be like, okay, you know what? I can make videos like this and one day reach the pinnacle of
Yeah.
wherever they want to be. So, yeah. Damn. Love you guys.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye bye.